What's happening? It's your top dollar JayHooray, because it's a celebration when you see me. I want to appreciate y'all for tuning into Higher Self Wednesday, where I help you become your higher self on Wednesday. Want to appreciate y'all's eyes, ears, and attention, because it could have been anywhere else, but instead, it's right here with me. And I so very much appreciate that. Alright? Now, today's video got a good discussion for you. We're going to be talking about trusting the process. Learning to trust the process. Okay? Now, if y'all anything like me, boy, I had to learn that. Because that was a tough battle for me. Being patient, just waiting for something that you know you're supposed to have and supposed to already then received. Oh. But trusting that process, it's so fulfilling once you get on the opposite side. But during the midst of things, in the nitty gritty, oh, it get a little rough. But, just like anything, don't nothing just, you snap your finger and it appears. Everything got a recipe, everything got a design, everything got a direction. You baking a cake, you got to get the eggs, the milk, all the yeast, all that good stuff. Whip it up, put it in the joint, then you got to put it in the oven, then you got to wait. Everything in life, you got to wait and trust the process, okay? It's just like when we want our success and our money and our love, all that good stuff, trusting that process get a little strenuous, don't it? What helped me with learning to trust the process, like throughout my whole life, I didn't learn the lesson until I went through it. I'm one of those, you gotta dive into it head first, and then you learn your lesson. You know what I mean? I'm that type. That's how I learn. So my whole life been like that. So when I was driving for Frito-Lay, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to do it no more. Because I was losing all my time. I was losing all my freedom. Just being out there on the road, I just couldn't do it no more. So I just up and left. Okay? I quit. I just left it alone, right? But I did that without a plan. I did that without any direction. I just knew I didn't want to work for nobody no more. I just knew that. All right? So then I dabbled into sales, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up selling solar panels, which it won't no better than Frito-Lay. I ain't get paid. I was doing that joint for a whole week straight, ain't making no money. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, I'm seeing angel numbers. My heart felt like it was in the right place. Like I was aligned. I was doing what I was supposed to do, but the results weren't showing. But I kept trusting that process. Whole time, that sales, like when I did that little sales stint, I needed that because it got me thinking, the certain skills that I got from sales, I couldn't get from nowhere else. I had to actually do the sales to even get the skills. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to trust the process. So doing all that, it ended up getting me here. You know what I'm saying? My true purpose, my true passion. You feel me? So trusting the process can be a little strenuous. But in the midst of everything, if you feel good, your heart is aligned, if you're seeing, angel numbers popping up, just different confirmations that you're doing the right things, just trust that process. It'll work out in the end. You know what I'm saying? It may not make sense in the midst of things. Cause boy, when I was going through what I was going through, it didn't make no sense. I'm struggling to pay bills. Why am I going through this, Lord? Like it was on that type of time. But he had a grand plan. You just gotta trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Just go on through it. Just keep your head up, keep smiling, and eventually you'll have what you're supposed to have and be where you're supposed to be. Now, I know it's easy to say and hard to do, but if you keep that mindset where you're looking down the road, don't look at today, don't look at tomorrow, look at down the road. Okay, all right, I'm going through this, but what am I doing during this time? You can learn from everything. You know, sometimes you be in situations where God will put you in just so you can learn. That's the only reason you going through this, you know. It's hard to learn when things are easy, you know, easy going, easy like a Sunday morning. You know, you learn when it burn a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the process. You know what I'm saying? So when you get your success and get all your fabulous things that you've been wanting, the process is what made you the person to receive and handle your blessings. You feel me? So trusting that process is definitely strenuous. It's definitely hard. I know. But it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. So always keeping your eyes on the end goal, the end road. You feel me? Trying to be optimistic. You know, I know it's hard when you in it though. When you in the eye of the storm. Good Lord, you don't know how you gonna pay your bills. Your stomach growling. Your kids want this. Your kids want that. You want some new shoes. You know, all that good stuff. But in the end, it will work out. Also, staying like tunnel vision helped me out a lot. Like I had to just cut off like social media. I couldn't look at nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody, you know, while I'm in my process. Because while you trusting the process, you going through what you going through, and you seeing people flourishing, boy, make you feel some type of way. But it's easier to do it, you know, tunnel vision, blocking out all distractions. Because if somebody is thriving and surviving, they doing better than you, it's only because they started before you. That's the only reason. So you gotta kind of block out all the distractions and just trust what you got going on. You feel me? So trusting that process is hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay? When you're doing all the right things will come to you. That's how the universe works. You know? You can't force nothing to you. But it does it on its own time. That's the only thing. So when you doing all the right things today, it don't mean that all the right things gonna come to you tomorrow. You might gotta wait a month or two. You might gotta wait a year. You know? But you continue doing those good things so you can reap what you sow. You feel me? So just trusting that what you putting out is coming back to you. You feel me? But to tie it all up, trusting the process is something that you should start doing. Okay? Now if you ain't doing it, the process is gonna be hard and strenuous. It's gonna be rough and tough. But once you start trusting the process, then you get like a weight off your shoulder. You start to become a little bit lighter, you know? So just start trusting that process, because it all works out at the end. Everything that you went up against, everything that was hard, everything that seemed impossible, you came through and made it to the other end. So it's the same thing with trusting that process for your success and your alignment, your prosperity, your manifestation. It's the same thing. Just trusting that process. It'll come eventually. Okay? Just keep doing good, and good will come back. Alright? But I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in with your top dollar. Spread some love today. Okay? Find somebody to help. Alright? Peace, love, and prosperity. I holla.